Welcome all to another episode of Time One On here at Tully's. We got nothing but good times, good vibes, and great people. Tonight we are joined by my friend and co-host, Marc Bottero.
Thank you.
And guest of honor, truly one of a kind, all the way from way up north, as in find your globe, point at the top of it, and then add a few feet, because he's way up north. We got our friend Ian McDonald.
There it is.
The double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up.
We do apologize for last week's cancellation, but I am glad to say that we are back to where we need to be. Stanley has returned, and these regularly scheduled programs will be continue to be fired out every Tuesday, 6 p.m., 6:05, depending on where we are in New York. Again, the little time delay and whatnot. But that's enough from me. We're going to pass things over to Ian McDonald himself. And if you want to just give a little insight about who you are and where you come from to kick things off.
Well, yeah, like Graz said, I'm Ian McDonald. I'm from Englehart, Ontario, Canada, which is about 8 hours north of here. There's lots of trees. There's a national park. And we just got a Tim Hortons like 7 years ago. That was the biggest thing, and people still talk about it to this day.
What's the population like up there?
1,500 and declining.
Yeah, declining.
Declining.
Yeah.
It's on a very big. How many of you are related of the 1,500 there?
About 950.
Yeah. If
950.
you walk down the street, do people know your dad?
They
Or
know
who
me.
you-
They
yeah.
know me as my dad.
Yeah. Okay.
What do they call you in town? the
you're
mayor?
Marc's kid.
Marc's kid.
Oh,
All
sorry,
right.
Marc.
Marc.
Kid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't know where I is my son, so there you go. Learn something new every day.
1,500 people in a very, very small town. Now, this small town, again, is way up north. Canada, for you guys, for the little geography lesson here, Canada is very north ourselves. And Mr. Ian McDonald decided to, and I guess his family members decided to resonate from even northern Canada, where the focus is more so the mining of the minerals and the gems and the jade and all that. Could you give a little bit about the mining and the world of all that, I guess I could say?
Yeah, I could give a little insight. I used to work at a mine 4 hours north where I'm from. I used to be a diamond driller. We were scouting for gold way up north in Cochrane.
Some people scout for hockey players, and you're scouting for gold.
Yeah. Still made it work. He's here now.
Somehow
Made it.
mixed in a hockey career and all that stuff.
Speaking of your hockey career, when did you start playing hockey, and where did you play hockey? I know living up north, it's a little more difficult with not many teams. So what was that like growing up?
Growing up, I started playing hockey around 2, started skating around 2.
Yeah.
Through Englehart's minor hockey program.
So they got one. That's good.
They do have one.
They got one. Yeah.
It's still active to this day.
Yeah, there you go.
Englehart Express.
Oh, there you go. Shout
Would
out.
they be tuned in?
Yeah. Yeah. All 900, all 1,500.
Is there Wi-Fi and service out in the Englehart direction?
Yeah, we got Starlink now. So,
Starlink. Good.
Elon?
so
Elon, thank you.
finally learning what Instagram is.
Yeah.
And from Englehart, I moved to New Liskeard and spent probably most of my career there, all the way up until midget, playing for the Cubs, which is their AAA program. Started playing AAA at 14. After the Cubs, I went to the Noge in Kirkham Lake. Spent 4 years there.
The NOJ stands for the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League, again, to emphasize the northern aspect of where Macker comes from.
Yeah. Just right up there.
Right up north there.
Just north.
North of the North Pole? Or
Just a little bit south.
little underneath,
Little bit
one
south.
less. Thank you guys for the 622 who are tuned in live at 6:09, right on schedule. I'm sure you guys put a lot of things aside to come and tune into this show. I'll tell you, we put a lot into this here. We got the right people running the crew here, and we got the right guests on the show. So thank you guys. Feel free to interact along the way. We've already got some great questions and some great insight here. We've got the Flan man, Declan Flanagan, who's chimed in to say who his favorite hockey player is. And we got Quinn Shevers pointing out that Marc looks different. Marc, haircut, great job. Who did it?
Brian.
Brian.
Shout out Brian.
Shout out to Brian. Brian, well done. You lined him up good. Trevor Lord asks, have you found gold? A very great question. Very insightful.
You would find gold at a gold mine. Go figure.
Yeah, sleep at night, Trevor.
Yeah, we're looking for smart questions only here, and that one, well, was kind of lost in the middle. So again, started his hockey playing, where was that again?
Englehart.
Englehart. Look that up. How would you spell it?
Englehart.
Okay, you got that. You can say that 3 times fast. Look that up. If you're looking to get into hockey, move up north, pack your bags, bring your winter coat, and head to the Englehart Minor Hockey Program, and you can be just like our friend Ian McDonald.
Yeah, bring a winter coat, chainsaw, and a pair of boilers.
So riddle me this. So we got guys who come from, from Switzerland and Russia, and then we got guys from the big city, and then we got the farmers. You're very one of a kind. You come from a very isolated. Like, are there days where you don't even see mankind? You don't see any humans at all, no life form?
So my town is about the size of a Toronto suburban neighborhood.
Okay.
So you go for a walk and you'll see Bob, wave at Bob.
Bobby's in the chat.
Bob's usually in the mix.
Say hi to Gary. Next thing you know, steamers rolling around and
So
you'll
everyone's
see
by
people.
name basis, basically.
Everyone's on a
Awesome.
first name basis. Awesome. Okay.
Well, Marc, let's dive into your career now. I know you started the year in Baton Rouge, had a couple games there.
Yeah,
if
had
you
a
want to
couple
talk about
there.
that and just how that was, and then obviously transitioning to the Watertown Wolves here and how you've been liking it so far.
So Baton Rouge was my first time being in the Fed and being told to speak up here. I'm a pretty quiet person.
Yeah.
So Baton Rouge was my first time experiencing the Fed.
Yeah.
And
What a time.
my first time looking up the FPHL when I found out I was coming here was a shirtless hockey fight at Center Ice in Watertown.
There you go.
So
Shout out Justin Schmidt.
had a good hoot and a
Love
holler
that one.
about that.
Yeah. Hoot and holler.
And I spent from September till mid-November in Baton Rouge. Didn't do so well. They had a lot of defense that were a little bit better than me and got cut. About a month later, I got picked up by Watertown, came here for Christmas, and now I'm a Wolf.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. There you
Hell
go.
yeah.
Great attitude.
Hell
Great
yeah.
attitude.
So how would you compare something? Obviously, each team is going to be a little different, right? There's only one time one on Tully's, and we're lucky enough to have that in Watertown.
Honored to be here.
But in Baton Rouge, Red Stick is the translation from French to English.
Yeah.
Fun.
How would you compare a couple, like maybe living or the atmosphere in the team or the fans? Any comparisons you'd like to draw mention to?
The atmosphere of Baton Rouge was a lot of fun, playing in front of a lot of fans every night. It was a little bit intimidating. Watertown packs the barn at a smaller amount. It gets just as loud.
Yeah. There you go.
It's just like the big city.
Yeah.
Just like the big city. Now, it's further in the Baton Rouge. Anyways, Marc.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about this weekend coming up? I mean, not even weekend. We got our Thursday-Friday showdown. Thursday's game is St. Patrick's Fan Appreciation Night, where all admission tickets are $5 off per person. So once again, that's $25 off the top, right off the top there. And there's 10% off in the Wolves merch then. So we have a lot of new merch coming. Stay tuned for that. So that should be exciting. So make sure you guys bring your cards, your wallets, everything.
New merch such as
Any shirts, I believe sweaters,
maybe some toques,
hoodies.
some hoodies.
We got hoodies coming in.
We got some charades going on over here, and by the looks of it, maybe some burgers is what we're acting out right now.
So just bring your wallets, and that's about it.
And that's Thursday night hockey. Hockey isn't just hockey night in Canada on Saturdays and Sundays. In the Federal, you got to be ready for anything. Just how the Hudson Valley or the Hudson, what are they? Hudson Valley
HC
Venom.
Venom.
HC Venom. They've got a 5-5. The rare quintuple there. So they play 5 games in 5 days. Luckily, we're just doing a little Thursday, Friday action. Again, get loud. That's $5 per person. So the rest, all that money you're saving, maybe spend it on a beer, spend it on a little clapper, spend it on a noisemaker, and make some noise, especially when Ian McDonald touches a puck. Howl yeah and howl loud. And then Friday, we might as well mention that too. We've got our first ever blackout night. We'll be wearing our specialty jerseys for that one, and we will.
Be a good look.
Look at that poster.
Yeah, we're throwing the poster up here.
That should maybe be on the screen as well. Not sure if that's there, but that's Friday night. The blackout jerseys. There will be another auction, so save your money here, folks. These jerseys are going to be going hot and they're going to be going heavy. They will be game worn, implying that any of the smells and the sounds and the tastes of the game, you're going to get to bring that home with you.
Integrated right into that jersey.
So the cologne of Ian McDonald, you're going to smell it.
Yeah.
You know, the hard work of Marc Bottero, you're going to feel it. And you know what? It could be yours for a mere price of, well, whatever the auction price
$150 plus.
is. 150 plus.
A steal at 150 plus.
Um,
Don't be afraid to bring your wallet. That's all I'm saying. Mr. Grasby is definitely one of the fan favorites here.
Yeah,
So
don't be afraid to spend your money on a good smell.
Bring your wallet.
bring your wallet and make sure there's some cash in it. We do not accept crypto yet. We're working on that.
Yeah.
That's definitely something in the making here. But yeah, so coming up to this weekend, Macker, and in this last stretch of games, what's it like? What's it like, kind of being a part of a playoff run right now? I guess you could call it.
It's a lot of fun. We get to see everybody's best, and everybody's trying the best. Just staying in the lineup is hard enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
We're having a good time. Getting in the playoffs here. So
Getting in
having
the
a good
playoffs
time. That's all we
and doing what we
on.
can.
Yeah, keeping our chins tucked.
Chins tucked, hard chin.
Yeah, chins down and hard chin.
just
Keep going.
chugging.
Yeah, just chugging.
Rachel chimes in with a great question here, and would like to know, Ian, do you prefer the type of small town atmosphere, or would you prefer to live in the larger city?
Big cities scare me.
Shocker. Shocker. Wow.
So I would definitely prefer the small town atmosphere of Watertown.
Coffee
For sure.
Street, like we said, the 5-minute town, straight down coffee, make a left, here we are.
Any other, speaking of fears, anything else? Snakes, spiders, heights, large
Needles.
crowd, small needles, big one.
Very, very afraid of needles. My girlfriend will attest to this. I cried in her lap while she gave me an IV.
All right, there you go.
For sure.
Now
So,
so that is not a registered nurse giving IV either?
No, she is a registered
okay,
nurse.
she is registered.
so we're
Just not
talking
registered, that's all.
needles, big cities, and is there anything else?
Snakes. No, you're not.
Not way up
No,
north
I like
there.
snakes.
Oh, see, he
We do
likes
have
snakes.
snakes.
Now he likes snakes.
We have we have garter snakes. My brother is terrified of spiders.
Okay,
So-
brother's name is
Alex.
Alex.
Shout out
Is he
Alex.
watching?
Yeah,
No.
he is.
Big Al, do you call him?
Probably not.
Big Al.
Little Al.
Little Al, little Al. Younger?
There you go.
2 years.
2 years younger. What's he up to on a night like tonight?
Working in the mine.
There you go. See,
in
look
the
at
mine.
that. They're in the
Because
mine.
if there's a family that gets it, it's the McDonald family. Old McDonald had a farm. Guess what? Old McDonald now has a mine. So here we are in person, in the flesh. Thank you to everyone who's at Tully's here. We got probably about 4,000 here at Tully's right
Yes.
here, and we got another
Shoulder to
4,000
shoulder
in hand
pack.
tuned in. So that's awesome. It's very attentive. A lot of people at the bar. It's the old-fashioned not paying attention to listening. So they're. It looks like they're not watching. It looks like they're not listening. But boy, are they locked in. And we love that. We really
That is
do.
what I call a lock.
That's a lock. Macker. Mats, what do you got?
Well, just got one last thing here with the Facebook page. We have almost hit 13,000 followers on our Facebook page, and we are having a contest to win a 4-pack of tickets to any next regular home game. If you'd like and follow our page, tag a friend and share our page. The winner will be drawn this coming Sunday, the 16th at 5 p.m. Holy, that is a mouthful.
Glad you got through that
I am
one.
quite the leader.
Showing that the reading skills off there, Canadian education. Actually, speaking of education, did you have schooling in way up north there? Where there's
Yeah,
school?
we did have a school.
Okay.
We had-
school.
A school.
Sorry, so we had a public school, a Catholic school, and a high school.
Sure.
That's
All 30 kids in all of them.
yeah. My graduating class was 22.
There you go. Mine was 500, so here we are.
22.
Third of my town.
I
So,
went on.
for people who don't know what a shift in the mines is, me included, give us a little rundown of a day in the mines. What time does your alarm clock go off? Or maybe you're woken up by a rooster. I don't know. Give us rundown every second of the day from wake up to what you eat, to what you do in the mines, to when you go home and put your feet up.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into detail about
Yeah.
this. So the alarm went off about 3:45, 4 in the morning.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Do you hit snooze?
we can't hit snooze because
Can't do it.
sometimes snooze will turn the alarm off.
Yeah.
Then you get
Yeah. Oh, now
gotta
you're getting beat
belt
up at work.
To
Belt the bum.
belt the keister.
now, question: you're not waking up in your own bed at 3:45 a.m. You're waking up.
Oh, yeah.
On
Where?
the lines.
Sorry, yeah, I lived at the mines for about a month at a time. We were about 28 days in, 14 out.
28 in, 14 out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good old 2-6 rule,
Yeah.
like we talked before on the show. 2-6, break
how the
6,
sticks
get
work
2.
in the
Yeah.
Fed.
So 28 on, 14 off. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Dom.
Okay.
Good. To continue.
Good pal Deli is just giving me a good wave.
Actually,
Yeah,
he's
so
terrible. He's terrible.
yeah, so-
Continue.
so 4 o'clock in the morning rolls around. I'm up, and you just got to get going. Breakfast is made for you there. Bus is made. bus is ready to go by 6.
Bone rattler's on.
Or
right?
sorry, 5. You got your safety meeting. Make sure you're doing your job properly.
Every day, safety meeting?
Every day you gotta have a
100%.
safety meeting.
Do the rules
You want to be
change? or-
dangerous on the
True.
site?
No, that's true. That's true.
Uh,
Kate?
bus is there by 5. Safety meeting 5:30. Roll out by 6 to get to the drill, and then I spend 12 hours at the drill, whether I'm actually drilling rod or pulling rod out.
A lot of rod.
Just
Rod.
handling rods.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's good.
And then your work day ends at
6.
6.
6. Up at 3. 12-hour shift. Then
Breakfast
back
is
on the
made.
bone rattler
on the
back to
bone-
your house.
So 6 o'clock, you're done. Clock out on the bone rattler, back home for 7, 6:30.
Yeah, about 6:37.
Yeah.
Now home, it's not home.
No,
it's
it's a mine.
Home is a
Mine.
hotel room at the mine.
Yeah. Okay.
They have hotels.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
so you got
yeah.
your bed, a TV, and your own bathroom
Yeah,
there.
all right.
does
Not
the
bad.
TV works?
TV works.
That's comfortable.
3 channels.
Bed wasn't
3
comfortable,
channels.
but it was a bed.
Toilet flushes.
After 12 hours, you didn't care.
So
what
the
bed felt
water
like.
actually spins the opposite way up there.
Up
It's a
there, up
cavity
north.
flush.
Got it. Again, thank you guys to the now probably 4,500 at this restaurant. The service here is stellar. They just fly around. We've already been over that. And to the 5,225 who are tuned in. Just to shout out a few names here. We got Michelle, Sean, Michael, Allison, Don, Taylor, Teresa. They're all in the mix right now, and they're really attentive. And for that, we love you guys. We got Declan Flanagan tuned in. He's asking a bunch of great questions. We might not even ask any of them, but if we get there, they'll be good ones. Thank you. So that's life in the mines. Now, how do you compare life in the mines to life in the Fed? Would you say it's similar?
The grind is about similar.
Right, the same.
Just slaving away, just trying to get to the end.
There you
Just
go.
trying to get to the end.
We're just trying to get to make the end work.
And what
We're
is
trying to
the
hoist that
day?
cup. That's the end goal here.
The
That's the
Commissioner
end goal.
Cup. Party down. What street are we shutting down?
Caffeine right down the
Caffeine
middle there.
drive.
5 minutes.
Uh,
Better be there for the parade.
The day in life of the Fed. Could you give us one of those quick in terms of your life in the Fed?
A typical day in the Fed is practice right off the bat at 10 in the morning, so
Sure.
I'll be there by 9.
Sure.
Sometimes it's hard to make, but we'll make it work.
Can you hit snooze in the Fed?
You can hit snooze in the Fed.
Okay,
In the
so
morning, you hit snooze once, and then you're up,
So
then
you're
you're
not
ready to
taking
go.
it serious.
Yeah, the
Good to
ship
know.
isn't quite tight enough, I
Okay,
see.
yeah, so you don't take it serious.
Who do you live with?
Right now, I live with Cheevers and Newman,
Yeah, that's a problem.
and Banks and Honey.
That's a problem.
Vancouver Banks and Honey.
Yeah.
Newman's lovely dogs.
Oh, lovely.
There you go.
Lovely is definitely not the word I would use, but love them.
And for not to get too in detail here, Honey is going through, that's his dog, going through some diarrhea here. If you have any answers or suggestions as to why Trevor Newman is looking for some answers and some help here. He's right now leaning towards the diet, but again, the diet hasn't changed as this dog's grown older, so he's a little unsure as to why. Again, this is not to be too much information, but everyone's looking for help, and right now Trevor Newman is a very close friend, and
We're
the
all
dogs,
community here.
we're all community. His dog's our dog, right? So if there's any veterinarians tuned in,
We're just very concerned for Honey.
it does look like the Watertown Veterinarian Hospital is tuned in. Thank you guys. Shout out to you. If you have any suggestions, feel free to reach out to Trevor Newman on Facebook, on Twitter, otherwise known as X, or on any other methods of appreciation. His phone number is 315-267-8171, extension 4. Give him a dingle and let him know. Again, that's his golden retriever named Honey. Little issues with the bowel movements. It's flowing a little too smooth. But anyways, actually, Trevor Newman did just tune in and loves the support. So we're going to turn to a little question here because, again, the focus is Ian McDonald, our friend from up north. And we will turn our attention to a question that reads, who is your biggest inspiration in life?
Oh, jeez.
Jesus? No, not Jesus.
No,
Okay.
Jesus helps guide me through dark times.
Okay.
I gotta say my biggest inspiration has been my dad. He's just been always pushing me to just be better,
Yeah.
whether it be with hockey or work. Just always believing when I have a goal in mind, and just does his best to support me.
For sure. For sure. What's your dad's name?
Marc.
Shocker.
Again,
Usually
just to
Marc's
reiterate.
run a tight ship, so
Marc's-
we appreciate that. And Marc McDonald over there up on Englehart, we shout you out. And Mrs. McDonald, I forget her name, but we shout
Kelly.
you guys, Kelly. For creating such a beautiful child here. So, and I don't know, that's
We're getting kind of close to winding it down. We're at 6:25 in our time. In Englehart, it's probably what 4:30 a.m.
yeah.
Sun never sets, or it's always setting in Englehart.
Yeah, it's just a dark place there all the time.
Dark place. So again, feel free to shoot those questions in. The games this week are Thursday and Friday. If you show up to the rink on Saturday, you're not going to have to pay to get in, but we're not going to be there. Marc might be on a little runner, maybe. Who knows? Marc's going to be on a runner. Games are Thursday again. Thursday is a $5 off for the St. Patty's Fan Appreciation Night. Wear green. Wear red if you want, but it's St. Patty's there, so you'd make a little more sense wearing green. 10% off the merch. We got hats, we got socks, we got scarves, we got winter coats, we got balaclavas, we got the whole nine, and then we got posters. And get them quick because the posters go fast.
Yeah, they do.
Macker will be there to sign autographs. His signature is great. It's worth a lot. Friday's the blackout night. Those are specialty jerseys. It is maybe our last auction, if I'm not mistaken. No, we're getting word from the higher ups. It is not our last auction, but treat it as it is. So bid for those jerseys, and they're gonna take them while they're hot.
Do not be afraid to bid high.
Do not be afraid
Only
whatsoever.
live once. So you don't take your money to the grave. So might as well spend it on us.
And the Facebook 13,000. That is insanity.
Sunday, next Sunday will be the draw, so make sure you guys get in on that.
And yeah, I think that's it for getting things in. Macker, a little more about you here before we go away. You had an interest in cars, you had mentioned. And not the movie, but the four-tired vehicles there, four-wheel vehicles. Is there any cars in specific that I'm not a big car guy myself, so I don't really know how to direct this question. But is there maybe anything about cars you'd like to speak about?
Any hobbies involving cars, four-wheelers, anything like that?
Not really. I just like trucks, driving to work, do their job, as long as they start up and don't run away on us.
Yeah. Mr. Grasby had a terrible question there, so we're just going to keep on moving on from that one there.
Just opening the floor.
Fan of cars, like talking about them.
Yeah.
Well, you
definitely
never know.
close, you know what?
That's all I can say about them.
Okay, well then, Macker, I think that really wraps things up. Again, folks, we appreciate you. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everyone who came out. Ian, would you like to shout out anybody else before we kind of wrap this up? You've already given a shout out to Marc, your father, Mrs. Marc, your mother, your brother Alex, little Al.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic.
I'd like to shout out just my whole family, just always having my back. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to Mr. Grasby for helping me work on my speech.
There you go.
For getting me out on this. My hands are very sweaty right now, so we've just been.
Sometimes you got to step under the comfort zone. That's all right. And here we are in front of 4,000 strong.
Out of the comfort zone, but in Watertown. Listen, it's one big comfort zone in Watertown, and that's because of you guys who make this a great place. You make this a lot of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday. We might have Ian back again by popular demand. Who knows? He's come a long way.
We're going to
The
give
old
this the old double thumbs up experience here.
Thank you for your time, and signing off, Englehart.
I went on.